Hello and welcome to Spirit Light Community Schools' new online registration process. Today I'm going to be taking you through the actual registration process. Depending on how you get to this link, you may be accessing it through your parent portal account, or you may be going through a kiosk link provided by the school, but either way you're going to get to this screen that has the basic information on getting started for the registration. As you can see, in the upper right hand corner we have our application number. This would be good to write down. If for some reason you were to get disconnected while doing the registration process, you can log back in using your application number to continue the registration. Read through the information here. You'll see that there are some documents that you can upload. So instead of making that extra trip into the school's building office, you can upload these files into the registration process. Otherwise, read through the instructions and you're ready to begin registration. When we look at the registration form, there's really two things that you need to know. One of them being the tabs on the top. You're going to be required to fill out 5 tabs, or really 4 tabs that have information in all of those tabs. Within the tab, there are pleats. Pleats are drop-down pieces of information that help it to be a little bit more organized and less cluttered. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be registering a new student for Spirit Light Community School District. I'm going to be going on the Toy Story hype, and I'm going to be registering Andy into Spirit Lake Schools. So I'm going to be acting as Andy's guardian, who is Jennifer Davis. So for the phone number, I'm going to be typing in my phone number as Jennifer Davis. I will go to home address, and they're going to ask for a new home address. So I'm going to start typing in my home address, and you're going to see that there is going to be addresses that will populate below. More than likely, if you're registering a student who lives within the Spirit Lake School District, your address will show up in here. If you have built a new house recently and it doesn't show up, then you're just going to want to make sure that you use the correct formatting when you're typing in the street or the direction or the street name. So I already have one set up for Jennifer. I'll go to the next pleat, and I'll say it's the same mailing address. So then I'll continue. Now that first pleat, the first tab was relatively easy, and you can see that it has since turned green, and it's given me a check mark saying that that one is complete. So then I move to the parent guardian tab. So the first thing it's going to ask me is for parent guardian information. You can see that there are some questions that have a red asterisk next to them. Those are the required questions, ones that you're not going to be able to skip. If there are any boxes that do not have the red asterisk, then you don't have to fill those out. So I'll put that in there. I don't need this information. I have my email already in there. It has some information that we can read that gives us some more instructions. If you're a little confused as to what like the food service contact preference is going to be, that will be clarified in the directions. I'll hit next, no, and no. I'm going to save and continue. And so there's one parent. And so as I watch Toy Story, I've only ever seen Andy's mom, so I'm not going to add Andy's dad. If I was going to add Andy's dad as a parent or guardian, I would just click the new add new parent or guardian. But since I'm not going to, I'm going to hit save and continue. That tab is now done, and it's going to take me to the emergency contact information. If I ever have an emergency contact, or let me take you back to the parent, if I ever have this highlighted in yellow, that means it's missing some information in one of the pleats. So I'll have to go back into edit and review and fill those out. If I get that green checkbox, that means that that person's complete and I'm ready to move on. So I'll go to emergency contact. The most number of emergency contacts that we're going to accept is 3, and the least amount is 2. So you're either going to have 2 or 3 emergency contacts. So I'm going to add a new emergency contact, and it's going to ask for all of their information. So as I go here, I'm going to type in a new one. So we'll go Buzz Lightyear. Oh, that's middle name. I don't know Buzz's middle name. So there, it's going to ask for that. Go next, contact information. At least one is required here. So I'll put in the contact information for him. I'll hit next, and Buzz Lightyear is in. So I need to add another one. So if I would hit save and continue, I will get the error that says you need a minimum of 2. So add a new one. That's Woody. Fun fact that Woody's last name is Pride. I didn't know that until researching this. And let's say I don't put in a gender. I'm going to skip that for now and see it says that that field is required. So then I'll put it in there. It'll ask for the contact information. If I don't do that, then it's going to highlight him yellow because like it said, it needed at least one phone number. And so you can see here it's highlighted yellow because Woody is not complete, but Buzz is. So I'll go back into Woody. I'll see, oh, I need at least one phone number. So I'll put one in and I will save and continue. So now I have my 2 check marks. I get save and continue, and that's good. Now I'm ready to add students. So like I said, I'm going to be registering 1 student. Me personally, when I actually did the real registration, I had to put 2 students in because I have 2 students in the district. And so you can put as many of your students in this one form that will be attending the school. You'll just want to go to the Add New Student button and click on that to add a new student. So like I said, I'm going to be registering Andy, and I don't know his middle name, Andy Davis. He does not have a cell phone number. This would be more for like high school kids if they needed to contact them regarding transportation or student books or fees or things like that. Well, male, birth date. Andy was born in 3-3- we will put 2013. Enrollment grade. First I'm going to do enrollment grade, and so we're going to say he's going to be in 4th grade. And we know that when he's in 4th grade, that gives us Spirit Lake Elementary. If we were to put 12th grade, then our option would be high school. So we'll put 4th grade, and we're going to say he's attending the elementary school. Here is where I can upload one of my documents that I gathered before doing the form. So instead of running into the school, bringing his birth certificate, I have some of his documents already saved to my computer. So I could hit upload birth certificate. I could find Andy's birth certificate, open that, and then it will be added into that form, saving me that trip. So then I can go next. I can continue to fill out my form as I go. No. You can see here that there's some questions that if I hit yes, so like this one, I interested in applying for free or reduced meals. If I click yes, then I'm going to get some more information where I can maybe download instructions. So if I click on this link, it's going to automatically download that onto my computer, where then I can click on it and then read more about that free and reduced application. So if you're interested in those, click on those links. Then you could download the application form and then upload it right into that document. None of those are required, but if you wanted to, you could just click on them. Some of these ones that have a ton of options, if you just use your keyboard and I type E, English is the first one that pops up. It might make it a little easier to go through it. Otherwise, you can just click through and find it. Previous school, if the student did not previously attend a school outside of Spirit Lake Community School Districts, you may skip this, or you can add where they went. So Andy would have been a new student, so I could put the year of the name of his school, the city he was in, state, country, phone, all that. But it's not required there. No, relationships. Okay, now this, when we get to relationships for parent, guardians, and emergency contacts, this is one that we've had a few questions on. It's going to automatically populate the parent or guardian in here, and then you'll just identify the relationship. So Jennifer Davis is going to be the mother of Andy Davis. This indicates that they can be contacted regarding portals or messengers, and they're going to be the first person contacted. So Jennifer Davis is going to be the first person contacted. If I had the father in there, I could choose which one wanted to be contacted first or second. For me, my wife works in the elementary school, and so that I put her as the first contact because she would be the closest to the kids if there was an emergency, so I'd have them contact her first. Then it goes to my emergency contacts. So Buzz and Woody are not directly related, so I will identify them as emergency contacts. And I would say maybe Woody would be the second one contacted, Buzz would be the third because we know the mom would be the first one contacted. So we have 3 points of contact in case of an emergency. I put my primary care physician, so I'd put your doctor into this, and then you'd put the phone number for that physician, for the student. Medical and health conditions, this is where you're going to find a lot of those questions that will expand as you go. So I could put no, and then it will take away the condition. If I do have conditions, I can add those conditions in here and give comments to those. Andy does not have any medical conditions, so it's not going to save that. Will your child take prescription medication at school? If I hit yes, again, it'll ask me what is the name of the prescription, the dosage. This information will go to our school nurse. And so you'll want to make sure you fill that out. And you could always reach out to the school nurse if you have any questions regarding those medications after submitting the form. Food allergies, again, as long as you hit yes, it will expand and ask for more information regarding the allergies. Hearing and vision, I'm going to say no, no hearing aids, no concerns, not wearing glasses. And then it's going to ask me to sign an emergency release regarding this information I just provided. We treat digital signatures through this form the same as a physical signature. So all I would have to do is type my name and put the date, and that will act as our signature. And we have that disclaimer in the beginning of the registration process. Then we get to the medications, where you can add medications or not. You can get information about the epinephrine auto-injector, and you can download the permission form if you need to. That would have to be brought into the nurse. And then it asks if you want your child to receive over-the-counter medication at school. So if Andy was not feeling great, but I think he could stay in school, I might want to allow him to take ibuprofen or maybe some Tylenol. If he had a little reaction, not want to take him out of school, maybe some Benadryl, or if he had a little bit of an upset stomach, maybe some Tums. That would be if I just didn't want to take him out because he wasn't sick enough, but just not feeling the best. And then I would sign that and then date that I give them permission. Then bug spray. Yes, I'm going to apply bug spray and or sunscreen, and I promise that I'll do that as I'm going through. And then I'm going to sign this as well and move on. Does your child have health insurance? If they do, you can hit yes and you can choose the provider. If not, you will be asked if you'd like more information obtaining health insurance for your child. So I'll put yes and I'll put private provider. Again, I have immunization records that I might need to upload for Andy, and I have those saved on my computer, so I can do that. Then we get to some release agreements. We have the media and field trip consent form. So media, if someone like a teacher were to take a picture of my child, would this be allowed to be uploaded to the school website or have their name posted maybe in an article on Explore Koboji based on something cool they were doing in school? You can choose yes or no. And then field trip, can your child attend field trips with the school? And then here's the technology acceptable use policy. You'll want to click on this link, which will download to your computer, and so you can read it, and then if you can agree to it, and then sign below. Now, signing in these boxes is a little bit more difficult. It's not a digital signature, it's an actual physical signature that you'll use your mouse, and you can see that it is not the easiest to write. Just do your best. If you really screw up, you can hit clear and redo it. But as long as you sign it, that's what we're looking for. Hit next, transportation. If I hit yes, I will need, then it will alert our transportation coordinator that you have indicated that. If not, you can hit no. Fees is an important pleat because this is going to show you which fees will be applied to your parent portal account. Once your application is approved, your fees will be posted to the account. Now in elementary, a lot of the fees will be pretty universal for all students. In the middle school and the high school, you'll have more options of fees, whether your student is in activities such as music or in athletics, or if they would like an activity card or a yearbook, things such as that. So make sure you look at that. So Andy is in the elementary, so really the only optional fee we have is purchasing an activity pass. And so I know Andy's going to be going to a lot of school events. I'll hit yes. That will notify my building office manager that I would like to purchase one of those. And so that office manager will apply this $45 fee along with the snack fee and textbook fee to my parent portal account, where I can pay using a credit card or an e-check, or I could bring in cash to the office as well. So I'll save and continue with that, and that should take me to the end of this student. So we all know Andy has a younger sister, Molly. I'm not going to register Molly for school. If I would just go to add new student, and I'd go through that process again. But this is all I'm going to be registering to today, so I'll save and continue. And then it's going to give me this big button that says submit. So if I look, I can see that I've got my 4 tabs complete because I have green checks on all of them. Now I can hit submit. I can download my application summary, which will give me all the information that I just filled out if you would like to do that. Or I can hit submit. I can confirm the submission. And then it gives me the option again to download my summary. Otherwise, it says that I've completed my online registration. So then what will happen is your office manager will be notified that you've submitted the application. You will get an email once they have approved. If they look through your information and notice they might be missing some things, they might hold that application until those are solved, and they will contact you regarding that information. Otherwise, you'll be notified by email that you have fees posted to your parent portal account, and I will do another tutorial to show you how to access that account and how to find those fees and pay those fees. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your building office manager, and good luck, and we're excited for a new school year.